Hi everyone, I'm Mary and I'm going to be talking about plastic pollution in our oceans today. To start off my infographic, I titled it, "Why Do We Continue to Pollute Our Waters?" I highlighted the word pollute so that it would go straight to the argument. My audience would know what my main argument is, and the image adds to that as well to know that it's about polluting our oceans. It's supposed to also appeal to the audience's emotion to see a sea turtle eating plastic, and the whole seafloor is covered in plastic as well. So that's supposed to get the heartstrings a little bit to draw my audience in. I followed that with how society has become super dependent on the consumption of plastic. We use items every day that are made of plastic, especially now with masks and gloves. Since COVID has been a thing, plastic shields and another one. So these are things that are thrown away every single day that we don't really think about when we dispose of them. We don't recycle all these items, obviously, on an everyday basis, which can cause, it adds to the plastic pollution in our oceans. So I added the fact in there, there is roughly 320 million tons of plastic consumed every year around the globe. I highlighted 320 million tons just to highlight how much is actually being consumed, so that the audiences realize how big this number really is. I followed that with the problem with seabirds ingesting plastic. The first report was just under 200 years ago, so this has been a problem for a very long time. I listed the symptoms that the birds have had in the past of when they have plastic in their systems. They suffer from dehydration, starvation, infected lacerations, stress in the liver, reduced body mass, decreased fat deposition, and obstruction of the gut. And then I also added a kind of a graphic picture of a seabird who has already perished, and this is the inside of its stomach. It is filled with plastic objects, so it just shows that this is how the bird died, and this is real life, this happens, and this is how the seabird population is decreasing years and years as years go by. I followed that with some other kind of disturbing images of a washed up whale, and its mouth is just filled with plastic. This is obviously how it died too. It probably died of starvation. And then washed up on shore. I have a sea turtle stuck in a fishing net, which causes a lot of the pollution is fishing nets from fishing charters and such, and then a whale shark being surrounded by plastic bags. Then I explain how plastic kind of breaks down, especially in the water. Plastic can break down, but not completely. It can break down into extremely small fragments, which are called microplastics, and you can't even see them with the naked eye. They're just kind of everywhere. And these animals, innocent animals, are ingesting it every single day. Then I follow it with, if the fish eat plastic, then we eat plastic. I highlighted fish and we just to kind of show like equality, like the effect that fish affect us. So that's kind of how I like highlighted that there. I added these real images. This is a fish that was found with plastic in its stomach. And then this is a mako shark. Its stomach was also just filled with plastic bags. There is a study that happened at University of California where researchers found 25% of the fish in Indonesian and Californian markets to have plastic and fibrous debris in their system. I follow that with other foods that we regularly eat that have had reports of finding plastic in them. There are plastic in our tap water, our beer, sea salt, sugar, and honey. I I added the fun fact in there that those who regularly drink tap water will ingest around 4,000 microplastic particles a year, and those who drink bottled water will ingest close to 90,000 particles a year, which is just kind of crazy, the comparison. It makes us realize that no matter what, because everyone drinks water, no matter what, we are ingesting the plastic, but the difference between the tap and the bottled water is extremely different. On a regular basis, a human consumes around 74,000 microplastic particles a year. That's including what we inhale. I then explain that ingesting plastic is inevitable. We can't hide from it. It's kind of everywhere now. We inhale it, we drink it, we eat it. It's a done deal. We already ingest it and we don't even know it. So we can't stop it, but ways that we can try to prevent this from getting worse and kind of work towards a better community and environment to where we can decrease the amount we're ingesting. I've listed some ways that we can help with the whole polluting. It's just smarter ways to deal with plastic. So first, to educate yourself, figure out what you're purchasing and what you dispose of, the right and wrong way. Look up what's at the grocery store that you normally buy and look up if there's any reports of plastic being found in a lot of foods. A lot of foods that are packaged in plastic, which is pretty much everything in the grocery store, has found plastic in them. So things wrapped in plastic have plastic particles in them, but maybe minimize the things that you're buying that's already in plastic, or dispose of them correctly, which then leads us to reduce your use of plastic. Start eliminating plastic products altogether. So like feminine products, use paper ones, use paper straws. Only put disposable paper items down the toilet. And there's always a more eco-friendly option to things. So then we can recycle properly, start recycling more thoroughly, separating all paper, cardboard, and plastic from your trash. This includes things like cereal boxes, milk jugs, magazines, newspapers, shipping boxes, etc. You can also reuse items as a way to recycle. So yeah, you can use containers again and such. Number 4 would be to pick up litter whenever you see it. Often litter is washed into our oceans by landfills or big windstorms and hurricanes, tsunamis, stuff like that. The litter that's on the road is soon washed right into our waters. So it's good to try and pick up as much litter as you can every once in a while. Number 5, spread the word. Find more people who are as passionate as you are about the problem and recruit more people. Help others understand the seriousness behind this problem and spread the word. Definitely just try to explain how this is affecting our environment, and it's obviously getting worse as years go by. So spreading the word on these steps to try and help would definitely move our environment towards a better and healthier environment. Number 6 is then just support bans like plastic straw bans, plastic bag bans. Support those bans and support organizations that help gather a lot of people to pick up the litter, or like beach cleanups and stuff like that. Support big groups who support this cause and support all the bans. I then end it with plastic pollution starts and ends with us. Because it really does. It starts and ends with us. We pollute our waters. No one else did. No animals polluted the waters. Only we can stop it. Only we can minimize it. And for the sake of all the animals and the plants and for us, we should all work together to stop it. So, yeah. And then here's my works cited. I bolded the word starts and ends and us, just to try and emphasize, like, it starts and ends with us, you know, like it really grabs the audience's attention. Thanks.